Y'all lay down there and be quiet.
Alright, here we are for another Venture Capitalist where we're going to have a little chat about the real reason they're keeping them borders open. Alright?
And toilet paper. You know what he needs?
Alright, so that's what's on the agenda for this one. And this is going to be a bit different than the normal ones, alright? This is actually going to be getting more into the actual stuff, alright? You probably remember in my last one where I actually talked about how the national debt is now higher than the entire GDP, alright? And how you take the tax revenue, which in this case was 4.71 for 2023, divided by the entire population, you basically get every average citizen is taxed over $1,000. Alright? So we've got a federal government that's spending money like a teenager that's just gotten their driver's license, and the mom and dad isn't doing anything to basically control the teenager's spending of the credit card, because mommy and daddy is, in this case, the public of the United States, and the federal government is basically spending money, well, like flipping crazy. All right. So now we're going to come to the real reason why basically Biden administration is keeping the borders open, and how come basically nobody's really doing much to stop it. All right. So we have to basically ask ourselves this simple question. All right. We're going to start out with, you got an insane federal government spending that's out of control, and a population isn't really doing much to stop it. Okay. So we have to basically ask ourselves some questions. Okay. What is it required to borrow money? It requires collateral. Okay, you've got a federal government that's basically everything the federal government officially has is federal buildings, okay, national parks, okay, military weapons, guns, okay. What about the federal employees? All right. So the national debt has to be backed by something for collateral. What is this collateral? What can it be? Okay, they can go bankrupt. Well, if they go default on it. So what's the liability, you ask? Let's find out. All right. What will happen if the United States defaults on the national debt? Oh, look at this. It says debt per citizen, $101,313. Debt per taxpayer, $264,090. What does this mean? Does that mean that if the United States defaults on this debt, it's on you to pay it? What happens when you can't pay your bills? So you make you pay them? Not your pay? They take your house? Well, let's find out. Oh, look at this! I pulled up the United States Constitution from the U.S. government. Allow me to read this to you. All debts contracted and engagements entered into before the adoption of this Constitution shall be as valid against the United States under this Constitution as under the Confederation. This is the United States. This is the law. Okay, that but it's basically saying all debts incurred by the United States and the Confederate was adopted by the United States after the Civil War. All money both sides borrowed is owed back. This Constitution and the laws of the United States which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all territories. That's all territories made. Okay? Or which shall be made under the authority of the United States shall be the supreme law of the land. Okay, that's basically saying that, okay, you get what I'm going here with this, right? The senators, representatives, before mentioned, and the members of the, okay, you get it? This is saying who can basically handle issuing them, okay? Now, we're going to go to the clauses, okay? All right? These are all three of the clauses here, okay? All right. The further is other convictions of the United States shall be sufficient for the establishment of this Constitution between the states and ratifying the same. You see, this is all saying who's ratifying, okay? The member of Congress shall make no law. Okay, you get it? All right? All right, this is basically the ratifications of the Constitution they're in, okay? Now, all right, this is the 14th Amendment, okay? Following the Civil War, Congress submitted to the states 3 amendments as part of its Reconstruction program to guarantee equal civil and legal rights. Okay, all right? This is basically saying who falls under citizens. Another equally important, all right, provision was the statement that nor shall any state deprive any person, okay, liberty or property without due process. Okay, 14th Amendment of the Constitution was submitted. All right, you get what's going here, right? It's basically saying all the rights and therefore of the lands, okay? Congress, John A. Okay, 14th Amendment intended that the amendment also nationalized the Bill of Rights, okay? This is basically saying that the Bill of Rights was nationalized after the Civil War. Senator John Howard of Michigan, blah, 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 blah. Not only the 14th Amendment failed to extend the Bill of Rights to states, it also failed to. All right. This is all the transcripts and all that, all right? Now, you're going to notice something here. It's really hard to find anything what happens if the United States defaults on the debt, okay? But basically what happened was that the United States started borrowing money with no thought and no plan, okay? However, you're going to notice that at one point, the United States pulled this little trick, okay? All right. They pull this eminent domain in the United States refers to the power of the state or the federal government to take private property for public use while requiring just compensation to be given to the original owner. But what that kind of fails to mention here, all right, is that that was actually put into effect when the United States actually instituted the Federal Reserve. Because what basically this did was this turned your property, yourself and everything on it, okay? Including nationalized citizens and local citizens, all got batched up. And basically, what basically happened was that everything, the entire United States itself, is the collateral for the U.S. national debt. So you got a federal government that's insanely borrowing money, okay? Now, I'm going to show you something here. United States population from 1980 to 2020, okay? You see 0.53% increase, 5%, you see? You notice how this kind of stops going back, all right? Oh, this is the projections. This is historical, okay? Look at this annual percentage of change. It's going down. So you've got a federal government borrowing money like crazy. the population growth is slowing. But you keep increasing your spending. But you need to continue to borrow money. So, what can you do? You need more population to increase the amount you can borrow. You bring in them, you open your borders. You bring a bunch of people in. You basically come on into the United States. That's the truth. You're collateral, so that way the United States can borrow more money. The population is part of the collateral for the federal government, along with all of the land, buildings, everything. That's what it is. And that's why they opened the borders. Because the United States wants to keep borrowing that money because the federal government doesn't have a tax problem. It has a spending problem. And they don't want to slam the brakes on it. You want to know why? You want to know why? Just look at this. Oh, look at that! They're gonna go stop giving it. Ooh. Oh my word. But watch what happens when I go in here. Oh. $17.89. Salary $6. $7. Oh, look at this. $18.55. Oh, $3,000. Oh, look at this. $18.65. $5,000. Oh, my. Look at this. Look at this increase. Look, it's $19.79. Oh, look at all that. Look at all that. Salary. Over here, you got dollars when instituted. Dollars prior to next year increase. Ooh, look at this increase. Ooh, look at this. Look at this. Dude, look at the salary. 1991. Look at that salary. Per only senators. This is just senators. Oh, look at that. Look at this increase. And now we come to 2023 president. And look at the vice president. What was vice president make? Look at these. Look at these salaries. Would you look at that? Speaker of the House. Look at the Speaker of the House in comparison to the minority leader and majority leaders and minority leaders. Look at that. Look at that jump. You know what? Just for something here? It's almost like they're not there for the public. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's almost like the president doesn't get to declare his. But you know what? Libya, Malaysia. Let's just see if it's even in here. Find. I hit the wrong key. Oh? Not in the list. Ain't that something? But USA Today, though, he does get perks and financial other such stuff. Excuse me, ad. The leader of the free world is ultimately still a federal employee. Oh, they earn a salary. The president's salary currently sits at $400,000 annually, set by Congress in 2001. But if you actually look at, like, let's say Bill Clinton, Obama, their net worth before and after becoming president, you'll notice something weird going on, like Bush did. It's like they earn a lot more than that. The vice president's, though, is not defined explicitly in the tax code. Vice president's salary now sits at $235,100 annually. You get the picture here? Okay. It's a bit like they're not quite there for the public. They're there to exploit what they can from the system. It's a bit like, well, we got to keep increasing our salary. We got to keep making more money so that we can keep spending more of it. So, what are they going to do? So what are they going to do? They need to somehow continue to, you know, increase the value of the United States. But you need to seriously sit down and ask yourself, given the current national debt, okay, the United States goes default, is there any chance of getting the property? No. How about we ask a simple question? Why does Xi Jinping get such special treatment, shall we? United States. Debt owed to China. Oh. Okay. China holds more than $1 trillion of the U.S. national debt. That's a large portion of the $7.6 trillion in the Treasury bills, notes, and bonds held by foreign countries. China has the second greatest amount of U.S. debt held by foreign countries. Japan constantly tops the list, owning about $1.3 trillion. Oh! You get it now? You get why the United States continues to bend the knee to China? You get it now? You get it? Just let that sink in for a second. Whoever has a chunk of that debt shares has the United States by the ball sack. You get it? China should go to the United States and go, I want my money for this debt. Pay up, punk. Newsom bloody admitted it. Does this explain this? This. Why did San Francisco do this? Does this explain it? There's like 870 billion reasons why. San Francisco cleaned up prior to Xi Jinping's visit. You know what? I'll let Newsom. I'll let Newsom. I'll let I'll just let Newsom admit it himself.
Leaders are coming into town. I know folks say, oh, they're just cleaning up this place because all those fancy leaders are coming into town. That's true, because it's true. But it's also true, for months and months and months prior to APEC, we've been having different conversations. And we've raised the bar of expectation between the city, the county, and the state.
We're not a...
Okay? All right. Okay, you get it? All right. Does it sink in now? All right. I hope it sinked in now. I really hope it did. The real reason why everything's the way it is. And why the United States is and San Francisco and these democratic states that loves that sweet, sweet China. Because sure as heck ain't the American population. It's because China is basically the second highest debt holder of the United States national deficit. I really hope it sink in now. Because it sure as heck ain't the American people that they're prioritizing. It's the U.S. debt holders. What that holds that national deficit. And that's why you notice the United States punching bags ain't the ones that's got the national deficit, that's for sure. They ain't the ones that we trade with, that's for sure. Sure is something, ain't it, now that you see it? I hope it sinks in. Thanks for watching. Peace out.